फेसबुक के ऐड अकाउंट्स बार बार डिसेबल हो रहे हैं। इसका सॉल्यूशन है हमारे पास। ये वीडियो ध्यान से देखना, बिकॉज इस वीडियो में आपको पता चलेगा क्या क्या चीजें हैं जिसकी वजह से ऐड अकाउंट आपका डिसेबल हो रहा है, क्या क्या चीजें हैं आपको करनी है जिसकी वजह से आपका ऐड अकाउंट डिसेबल नहीं होगा। और सही में अगर आपको फेसबुक या मेटा एड्स को स्केल करना है 2023 एंड बियॉन्ड, तो आपको अपनी एड्स को बहुत ही ढंग से चलाना है, बहुत ही एड अकाउंट को सीरियसली लेना है। और ये सारी चीजें आपको इस इंटरव्यू में मालूम पड़ेंगी, बिकॉज जिस बंदे के साथ मैं इंटरव्यू कर रहा हूं, ही इज रनिंग इंडियाज बिगेस्ट मेटा फेसबुक एजेंसी, जिसे भी आप बोलना चाहो। और सब सॉल्यूशन आपको इस वीडियो में मिलने वाले हैं। और अगर आप ई कॉमर्स रन कर रहे हो, या आप ड्रॉप शिपिंग कर रहे हो, या अगर आप किसी भी तरीके से फेसबुक एड्स को यूज करते हो और बार बार डिसेबल हो जाता है, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, यहाँ पे आपको उसका सॉल्यूशन मिलेगा। यूज करो और कमेंट करके मुझे बताओ। और अगर ऐसे सॉल्यूशंस और चाहिए होंगे तो मुझे बताना, मैं ऐसे सॉल्यूशंस और लेके आऊंगा आपके लिए। ध्यान से देखना, वीडियो को मिस मत करना, बहुत पावरफुल चीज है इस वीडियो के अंदर।
सो रिकी, ये फेसबुक एड अकाउंट जो बैन हो रहे हैं आजकल लेफ्ट एंड राइट, ये हो क्या रहा है?
So basically, so after the election scam that happened in US, Facebook became very strict. So क्या हो रहा है, क्योंकि so generally most of the people क्या होता है, they just want to make money online, right? So क्या होता है, scams run होता है, there is no, like they will just do fake orders. And what happens is कि क्या होता है, their profile gets attached to a previous ad account which was already banned, pages which were banned. So the profile itself is not a very strong profile. And then they've been doing this with multiple ad accounts and all that stuff. So moment Facebook detects कि आपका profile is attached to a wrong ad account और आपका ad account ban हुआ है, page is freshly created, मतलब आपने अभी create किया है, brand नहीं है. So all that stuff leads to like Facebook detecting that it's a very low trust score, and that's why the ad account gets disabled. So that's how it is like calculated and all. I don't know the internal mechanics of Facebook, but the whole idea is that if everything like एक बंदे ने एक ad account create किया, ban हो गया, दूसरा create करने जाएगा, वो ban हो जाएगा. और पहले ad account में कुछ ना कुछ तो उसने गड़बड़ किया होगा, like so people have complained to Facebook saying it's a scam. So एक लोगों को ये भी मालूम नहीं है कि you can actually report ads. So moment there is a threshold of reporting ads, the ad account gets taken down, and then ad account is now attached to your assets. So all your assets are now in red flag. So that's why it happens.
तो बेसिकली जो लोग बहुत टाइम से एड्स रन कर रहे हैं और जो सही एड नहीं रन कर रहे थे, तो अगर वो कोई भी नया काम करने की कोशिश करते हैं और उनकी प्रोफाइल में कहीं पे भी कुछ मैचिंग हो जाता है तो फ्लैग हो जाता है.
फ्लैग हो जाता है. एंड बेसिकली क्या होता है, जनरली चाइना से माल मंगाते हैं, प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी इज नॉट गुड, सो कंज्यूमर्स गो एंड गिव बैड फीडबैक, राइट? एड्स देखते हैं, रिपोर्ट कर देते हैं एज अ स्पैम और स्कैम, misleading करके report कर देते हैं. So ad account goes down, and then once a single ad account goes down of your profile, then everything is linked. So it just becomes like an endless loop.
तो बेसिकली जितने, और स्पेशली ये आजकल मैं इंडिया में बड़ा देख रहा हूँ, बिकॉज हम भी आजकल इंडिया में थोड़ा लोगों के साथ डील ज्यादा कर रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ कम्युनिटी. तो वो यही बोलते हैं हमारे पेजेस बैन हो रहे हैं, हमारे एड अकाउंट बैन हो रहे हैं, कुछ चलने ही नहीं दे रहा फेसबुक, ये मतलब सबके सब रो रहे हैं इस मामले में.
नहीं, सो बेसिकली पेजेस इज लिंक्ड टू योर प्रोफाइल. सो क्या होता है, जनरली ये लोग का प्रोफाइल जेन्युइन नहीं होता है. they basically get a profile from some other person.
like वो जो थर्ड पार्टी लोग
जब बांट रहे होते हैं, तो वो प्रोफाइल एकदम न्यू होता है, कभी एडवर्टाइज नहीं किया है. मोमेंट a page is created by that profile, the page will get taken down. तो प्रॉब्लम क्या ना, ये लोग जैसे एक कम्युनिटी को ये मालूम नहीं कि कैसे करना है. सो इट्स लाइक पैसा बनाना है, जो भी है जल्दी जल्दी करना है. दे डोंट वांट टू इन्वेस्ट टाइम इन लाइक फाइंडिंग द राइट सोल्यूशन. क्या प्रॉब्लम है, मतलब कैसे ये look, ultimately एक algorithm है which is taking you down, right? It's not like a human that's taking the profile or ad account.
लोग बोलते हैं मार्क जकरबर्ग बैठा हुआ है वहां पे.
नहीं
डिलीट कर रहा है.
नो, वैसा नहीं है. Just basically तो प्रोफाइल में ट्रस्ट स्कोर कम है and all that stuff होता है. Every profile has a trust score. Every profile is attached to a BM has a trust score. So वो सब score होता है and AI just flags it off. और ये लोग वही है. The idea is that they want to make money quickly. So anything that you want to do quickly, you will always have problems. If you're not willing to invest time and find the right solution and find out what the problem is, it will always get taken down.
हम बार बार इन लोगों की बात कर रहे हैं, ये लोग, तो ये लोग हैं कौन?
मतलब जो भी है ई-कॉम D2C ब्रांड बनाते हैं.
ब्रांड तो नहीं बनाते,
ब्रांड नहीं बनाते. पैसा बनाते हैं ऑनलाइन. सो वायरल प्रोडक्ट लेते हैं, पैसा बना लेते हैं और निकलते हैं. राइट. सो क्या होता है, लुक, बिकॉज ऑफ दीज पीपल एक्चुअल ब्रांड ओनर्स इफेक्ट होते हैं, जैसे अदर ब्रांड ओनर्स जो लोग को जेन्युइन बिजनेस करना है. राइट. लाइक वही है ना, एक one bad fish spoils the pond. That's the whole concept, right? So and Facebook wants to have an ecosystem which is consumer friendly. तो आधे लोग आजकल इंडिया में स्कैम चलता है कि आप डिलीवरी नहीं करते प्रोडक्ट, आप डिलीवर करते हो तो प्रोडक्ट कुछ और दिखाते हो, बेचते कुछ और हो. And as an agency also, we don't have the mechanism to track until unless Facebook sends us signals. So we try to deter, but matlab, I think people should understand that quick money is not the solution. Finding a sustainable business which always gives you money is the best way forward.
Right.
They should always invest time in what they are doing rather than just creating those stuff quickly and then like moving to next solution. ये नहीं तो दूसरा brand, दूसरा नहीं तो तीसरा brand. So they keep moving around, right? So वो I think somewhere needs to stop.
अभी मैंने देखा है कि कई लड़के, स्पेशली इंडिया की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे, कि वो वायरल प्रोडक्ट चला रहे हैं और अभी कुछ कंपनीज भी हैं जो उनको फुलफिलमेंट सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रही हैं और वो अपने पास ऐसे लोगों को जोड़ रही हैं. मैं नाम नहीं लेना चाहता उन कंपनीज के. तो फुलफिलमेंट करती हैं, इन कस्टमर सपोर्ट दूर दूर तक कुछ नहीं होता. सामान किसी ने कुछ ऑर्डर किया, कुछ और पहुंच जाता है. किसी ने थर्मस ऑर्डर किया, उसके बाद वैक्यूम क्लीनर पहुंच रहा है. जिसने वैक्यूम क्लीनर ऑर्डर किया, उसके बाद थर्मस पहुंच रहा है.
They are just spoiling the market, यार. मतलब eventually वही होने वाला है. They are spoiling the market for everyone. Like I know which delivery partner you are talking about. Even I don't want to name them because we are also using their service. Look, the point is delivery partner also has limited info, right? Ultimately, Facebook has limited info, delivery partner has limited info. The only thing that they can do is act on once they get bad feedback, right? And ultimately, delivery partners need to grow. They are a valuation-based companies.
Totally.
So they need to show valuation, right? So if they stop it, it also impacts. Look, everyone will have their own reasons why they are allowing it. But the fact is that it's spoiling businesses of people like you guys or people like in the market who are doing genuine business. So, and also the biggest problem is consumer trust is lost. So when the consumer trust is lost, they will never order online. So what you are just doing is scamming and spoiling the industry as such, right? Like, this scam is not just spoiling Facebook, it's also spoiling small business owners जो अभी मेहनत करके ट्राई कर रहे हैं ब्रांड बनाना. लोग बड़े ब्रांड्स में तो इतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता क्योंकि ट्रस्ट स्कोर ज्यादा होता है. राइट. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक बोट में कम इम्पैक्ट होता है. दो भी anyways their product are the same quality that any other small brand gets because everything is imported from China, right? Just that guy has been able to build a brand. Some people are trying to build that, like, and it spoils their business. I think that's sad, but I guess human evolution is sad, so everyone is selfish. So
एक स्कैम तो मुझे याद है अभी रिसेंट तो नहीं है लेकिन बात हो गई इसको. तो मेरा एक फ्रेंड था, वो बहुत जेन्युइन एक ब्रांड बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा था विमेन क्लचेस के ऊपर, जो पर्स क्लचेस तरीके का कुछ. उसने बहुत शिद्दत के साथ लगा हुआ था वो बनाने में और बड़ा ही बूटस्ट्रैप बिजनेस था, हैंड टू माउथ ही चल रहा था, लेकिन ही वाज एक्चुअली ग्रोइंग इट. क्या हुआ, एक ड्रॉपशिपर आया, उसने सारे प्रोडक्ट कॉपी करे, सारी एड्स कॉपी करी और उसने ना जो सामान वो 1200 रुपए का बेच रहा था उसने 300 रुपए का बेचना शुरू कर दिया,
और
क्योंकि
डिलीवर
उसने
नहीं
भेजना
किया
कुछ था नहीं, उसने भेजना
अच्छा
था तो उसने मे बी उसने 10 रुपए का पर्स भेज देना था किसी को।
अच्छा
और हुआ ये कि जैसे ही डिलीवरी होनी शुरू हुई और लोगों को खराब सामान मिला, लोगों ने जब लुकअप किया तो
हाँ
उन्होंने रियल ब्रांड देख लिया, रियल ब्रांड
या
के नीचे उन्होंने कमेंट्स करने शुरू करे।
यस
उसके बाद उस ब्रांड की सीपीएम सीपीए एवरीथिंग शूट अप, और उसको बंद करना पड़ा, लिटरली उसे
या
बंद करना पड़ा अपना बिजनेस।
this is sad, this happens a lot. So basically so when it happens there is something called so there is a page that you can file this complaint on. It's copyright
रियली?
infringement बोलते हैं Facebook
ओके।
में. So there is like a page, you just have to file this and Facebook will take their ads down. So you have to be quick. The problem is कि आधा टाइम पता ही नहीं चलता है आपको,
ट्रू।
पता चल जाता है जब कमेंट्स आने चालू हो जाते हैं, राइट? So I think you have to always look out for what's happening. One thing that you can do is, so moment you interact with a particular kind of ad on Instagram or Facebook, the algorithm will start showing you all the ads in that category. So अगर आप बैग्स बेच रहे हो, राइट, सो आपको क्या होगा, आपने आपने बैग के वेबसाइट में क्लिक किया. So if I'm a bag owner, I've clicked on the website, I've gone to the website, and you just do time pass. You don't need to buy anything. So what will happen is then Facebook will start throwing you all the ads related to bag. So then as a business owner, what your job is to check each and every ad that is being thrown to you and see if someone is scamming you, someone is actually taking your product and putting it. And moment you see it, what you do is start reporting. Problem क्या आता है, people don't know the process to report, right? So
या
people don't want to invest time. So the whole idea is when when you have invested so much time in building a brand, you need to invest 5-10 more minutes to figure out a way to see that people are not stealing your stuff or stealing your ads. And algorithm is very basic, right? Moment an algorithm realizes that you are in the market for bags, it will start showing you all the ads of the bags. So, and if you're lucky, it will show you the guy who wants to scam you also, if you're lucky, right? So that's one way you can figure out how you can. I can only tell you basics of how
Yeah.
you can figure it out. Well, if you're lucky, you will be able to figure it out quickly. So you should. So when you're launching a brand, and if you want to be on that category for good, make sure that you are tracking each and every ad that's run on Facebook of that category. So for example, we are trying a bag brand and a gaming brand. What I do is I go click on that link of my own website, and then what I do is I see all the ads that are being thrown to me, and I go to each and every page and to see if someone's scamming or not scamming. My brand is small, so right now it's nothing. But eventually, when it becomes big, people will start to rip you off, right? So it's important that you're always on point, on game. It's not easy to create a brand, so
Yeah.
it's important that you are cued into what people are doing with your brand.
Great. So, Ricky, so you are the owner of Blink Digital, one of the
I'm a
biggest agents.
co-founder. I'm a co-founder, or not an owner. Yeah.
Okay, a co-founder on Blink Digital. So I think जहाँ तक मुझे मालूम है, Blink Digital is one of the biggest ad agencies. At least for Meta मुझे मालूम है. बाकी I think you are with partners with Google as well, I guess.
Yeah.
तो तुम उसमें you talk to a lot of budding entrepreneurs, और कई मेरे ख्याल से कई लोग अभी कुछ recent times में ड्रॉप शिपर्स और वो कुछ शायद स्कैमस्टर्स भी टकराए होंगे, if I'm not wrong.
तो हमारे पास तो थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है स्कैमस्टर्स आने को. क्या होता है, we have a great mechanism to see. Look, the point is you need to understand how AI operates. And moment आपने ad launch कर दिया, let's just see, आपने ad launch किया, आपने एक हफ्ता वो कोई प्रोडक्ट बेचा, एंड फाइनली वो प्रोडक्ट हमें डिलीवर नहीं किया, तो क्या होगा, फेसबुक विल स्टार्ट. So क्या होता है, there is a loop. So moment a consumer starts giving bad feedback, the ad account and everything goes down. Ads get rejected. So moment an ad gets rejected, we come to know. So when we come to know that ads are getting rejected, then we reach out to the guy. Then we also see the ad, and if it looks like and we read comments on the post and all that stuff, and if it looks like कि थोड़ा scam हो रहा है या कुछ हो रहा है, then we just like let the person go. At least that's what we try, but you always मतलब look, we can become as strict as possible, but then there'll always be ways for people to find ways around. But we want to look, the idea is to create a healthy ecosystem. तो हेल्दी इकोसिस्टम के लिए हम लोग ने क्या किया है, हम लोग ने लेवल्स बनाए हैं. अब स्पेशली विद इंडियन इकोसिस्टम हम लोग ने बोला है कि आप मिनिमम टॉप अप इतना भेजो, उससे बिना हम लोग काम नहीं करेंगे. सो दोज आर द फिल्टरेशंस दैट वी आर ट्राइंग टू पुट. मोमेंट दोस फिल्टरेशंस, we are hoping that with these filterations we avoid getting people who scam the ecosystem. It's not good for us, it's not good for anyone, but we are trying our best. That's all that I can say.
अच्छा, जो ज्यादातर लड़के, या मतलब मुझे तो मालूम है इसका आंसर, बट आई वांट टू नो योर ओपिनियन ऑन दिस, कि जो लड़के ड्रॉप शिपिंग कर रहे हैं स्पेशली इंडिया में, स्कैम ज्यादातर वो ड्रॉप शिपिंग वाली कैटेगरी में से निकल के आ रहा है, जबकि ड्रॉप शिपिंग इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल मॉडल इफ यू वांट टू बूटस्ट्रैप योर बिजनेस, बट पीपल आर नॉट यूजिंग इट इन दैट वे. तो ये जो उन्हें कहां से वो मोटिवेशन मिल रही है कि यार ये स्कैम करके पैसा बनाएंगे? तो लाइक व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज देयर, लाइक कहां से उनको इंस्पिरेशन मिल रही है, अरे यार ये शायद क्विक रिच बनने का तरीका है हमारा, ये क्या है?
सर वही होता है ना, when you see quick easy money, obviously people, like you need to understand, humans are designed towards something which is scammy, right? कोई बोल देगा कि आपको 2 दिन में 1 करोड़ दे दूंगा. People get, look, ultimately people, consumer and the client are same consumers. So client gets, let's just understand, consumer who sees an ad, दिखता है 3000 का बैग मेरे को 300 में मिल रहा है. He doesn't understand that वो 300 में बैग नहीं मिल रहा है, वो आपको स्कैम कर रहा है. The consumer gets scammed, right? So the problem is that the eventual problem is the consumer's problem. हम लोग हमेशा पीपल को ब्लेम करते हैं, राइट? हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ये बंदा आ गया है, अभी ये स्कैम रन कर रहा है. अभी वो स्कैम कैसे रन करेगा? स्कैम रन करना है तो उसको हेवीली डिस्काउंट तो करना ही पड़ेगा. he can't sell an expensive product, people not buy it. And Indian consumers being value consumers, उसको दिखता है 3000 का बैग 300 रुपए मिल रहा है. He doesn't even understand, he doesn't even go through the website, check website के phone numbers, policies, return policy क्या है, कभी cross check नहीं करेगा. Like they don't want to do all this, right? They're like, अरे 300 में मस्त बैग मिल रहा है, let's just buy it and देखते हैं. So the eventual problem is the consumer problem. So because of consumers being greedy, the client also becomes greedy, right? Like, so it's not fair to just blame Facebook or the ecosystem. It's also, there is a certain consumer mindset which basically tells people that कि 300 में मिल रहा है, इतना अच्छा डील तो मिलेगा ही नहीं.
Yes.
And then they get scammed, right? Like, and moment they get scammed, the guy who's scamming will also want to like do more, right? Like अभी phone scams होते हैं, email scams होते हैं, आपको randomly, so for example right now एक scam अभी हमको encounter हुआ. So basically they will approach you on Instagram saying we can't order from website, we will send you GPay. तो क्या करेंगे, जीपे का एक कुछ तो स्क्रीनशॉट भेज देंगे आपको, आपके फोन में एक्चुअल जीपे का स्क्रीनशॉट आएगा ऑफ हायर वैल्यू. सो आपका प्रोडक्ट था 2000 रुपए का, आपको बोलेंगे मैंने जीपे गलती से 13000 रुपए का कर दिया. फिर 13000 का जीपे कर दिया और आपको जीपे का मैसेज आएगा. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज, आप बैंक अकाउंट चेक कर रहे हो, पैसा तो आया नहीं है, एंड दे कीप कॉलिंग यू, सर मैंने तो पैसा भेज दिया, पैसा भेजो पैसा भेजो. Then you realize that it's a scam. Like, so like the scammers are always finding ways, right? Like e-com is one scam, phone is another, अभी GPay का another scam है. So they will always.
एक scam मैंने देखा था WhatsApp के ऊपर, वो एक QR का कोड जाता है, आप जैसे ही उसे ओपन करते हो, WhatsApp की API उसे रीड करके ना सोचती है कि यहाँ पे पेमेंट करनी है, लिंक करना है आपको आपका क्योंकि WhatsApp हैज अ UPI इंटीग्रेशन, तो वो आपके बैंक अकाउंट के साथ अटैच करने की कोशिश करता है. तो दिस हैपेंड विद माय फैमिली मेंबर. तो लाइक दे सेंड यू एंड बोलते हैं कि आप इसके ऊपर ना पैसे भेज दो, जबकि वो उसके ऊपर पैसे नहीं भेज रहा, वो आपके बैंक अकाउंट को लिंक कर रहा है अपने क्यूआर के साथ. सो ऑल दीज काइंड ऑफ स्कैम्स आर देयर.
So the point is, scams can only be avoided if consumers become smart.
Yes.
Consumers are well informed. They check everything before ordering. They should see, they should call, they should verify. We can blame as much as we want to scamsters. Facebook or Google can create as many systems as possible, but eventually scamsters are designed to cheat the system. They'll always find ways, right? खुद का एड अकाउंट डाउन हो गया, एजेंसी का ले लो, ये एजेंसी का डाउन हो गया, दूसरी एजेंसी का ले लो, राइट? हजार है, लाइक एम्स्टरडैम का ले लो, न्यूयॉर्क का ले लो, किधर का भी ले लो. सो दे विल ऑलवेज फाइंड वेज टू स्कैम पीपल. सो द ओनली वे दिस इकोसिस्टम विल फ्लरिश is when consumers become smart enough to know what's happening, and nothing in life comes for free or at cheap. There is always a catch, right? So globally kya hota hai, there is a scam called CC Summit. I don't know whether you know CC
yes,
Summit hota hai.
I know.
So क्या होता है कि एक प्रोडक्ट आपको सस्ते में दे देंगे, $3 प्रोडक्ट बोल के.
$1 में आईफोन कई बार.
हाँ, $1 वो $1 वाला is not a scam. It's just basically a CC. Basically, it's a sweepstake. It's just a contest.
नहीं, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about $1 में आपको दिखाएंगे कि आपको ना सही में आईफोन मिल रहा है. You buy it and your CC gets submitted, and then they can auto
bill, right? Yeah. So the whole product also doesn't get made. वही है. So people have to be smart enough. Now, so these people, what we do is we basically make sure the landing pages are checked. So अगर आपका landing page में tick box नहीं है saying that consumer has agreed to submit the cart for $30 every month recurring, we don't onboard them. Like, we make sure that in the ad itself, people are writing membership required. Look, ultimately, those are the things that I can basically be like tell the client, right? Because I can't prevent people from being scammed. What I can prevent is at least the basic information is relayed in the ad or in the landing page itself, right? So that's what we do. Consumers need to be smart enough. Yeah? Like ultimately, scammers will come and go. They will spoil the market. And consumers will keep getting scammed, and we can blame scamsters as much as we want, but it's all like it's like that only. अभी क्या कर सकते हैं?
Right. अच्छा, जो बंदा जेन्युइन बिजनेस बनाना चाहता है, लेट्स सपोज उसको पहले शायद वो थोड़ा उसने बिजनेस किया, शायद कुछ ऐसे सर्कमस्टांसेस थे कि शायद वो नहीं चला पाया और अब उसके एड अकाउंट्स बैन हो रहे हैं फॉर जेन्युइन रीजंस, हो सकते हैं वो भी. तो अब उसे आज शुरू करना है दोबारा 2023 में, और तो वो कहाँ से शुरू करे, कैसे शुरू करे?
I think first is I think you should look for an agency account. Agency accounts are much stable. Also, what happens is since a third party like us is involved, our filtration process is strong, right? So it's more reliable if you work with an agency, right? So the whole idea is that agency accounts are much stable rather than like just keeping like stuff like that. And then also profiles, if they can get their profiles back or they get better profiles, profile scores are better. Create genuine pages. So basically क्या होता है ना, ये लोग पेज बनाते हैं फिर conversion ad चालू कर देते हैं. They don't even want to invest time in creating that brand, right? So ultimately making sure posts are going up, Instagram is consumers are getting replied to. So ये सब चीज I think you have to be closer to the business. You can't just assume that कि मैंने brand चालू किया कल से पैसा आना चालू हो गया.
Right.
So investing in your good agency account, then investing in your profile, then also investing in your page, making sure that you have great customer support. All this will just help build successful businesses, right? What has Boat done? Boat is a classic drop shipping model, right?
Totally. White labeling, like us, Chinese products, that's about it.
people like us, we know, right? It's a basically classic drop shipping model. China पे पहले बनता था. But that guy has invested time in creating good ads. He has invested time in creating good customer support. He has invested time in creating a brand that he believes in. So, look, you know that the product in China will cost you less than $1. He's selling that product at 1,000 rupees here, right? Now, 70 rupees product, when you're selling it for 1,000 rupees, you have to make sure that every angle of it is covered. Packaging is good, the brand customer satisfaction is good, the delivery rate is good. Like he's tied up with like good payment processors like Go Quick, जिसमें the solution is instant, WhatsApp integration hai, a lot of other stuff is there, right? So the whole ecosystem.
And I think at the same time उसने उसको पूरे बिजनेस को बिजनेस की तरह ऑपरेट किया एज एन लाइक रियल बिजनेस. और हाँ, ये भी है, कई लोग बोलेंगे क्या हम आज वो कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज ये भी एक थोड़ा सा निकल के आता है कैटेगरी. आप कर सकते हो, बट एट द सेम टाइम शायद वो उस कैटेगरी में अर्ली थे तो उनको वो एक एडवांटेज जरूर मिली थी उस चीज की. तो अब एक यू नीड टू फिगर आउट योर ओन.
नो, सो बेसिकली वन गुड थिंग ऑफ इंडियन कंज्यूमर इज वैल्यू कॉन्शियस कंज्यूमर. नाउ इफ यू लुक एट, just let's look at history, right? History is the great test of time. अगर आप देखोगे MI करके इंडियन फोन ब्रांड था, आई थिंक पीपल नो, राइट? They used to basically manufacture, they used to get the product shipped from China, right? MI ने at one point in time they became so big in India. Then afterwards what happened is Chinese people started coming in, like all this OnePlus or all this brands started, Vivo, Oppo, right? They killed the one MI market because why? How can they kill it?
उनसे पहले भी Micromax था.
Sorry, I said MI. I said
MI was Chinese.
No, Chinese. I meant Micromax. Sorry, MI. I'm extremely sorry. So Micromax tha, right? The point is, moment like brands like MI and all that stuff started coming to India, they started giving products at a cheaper cost. True. Now the point is, moment you start, because Indian consumers are value-based consumers, moment you start giving the same kind of service at a cheaper rate, they will move to you. We are not loyal. People keep saying we are made in India, made in India. Nobody cares. यार आपको 500 रुपए सस्ता मिल रहा है, आप वो ले लोगे, right? So there is always a chance to become a next boat, right? Noise देख लो. These are all offshoot of the same.
Noise is a little bit premium to what Board is catering to masses, and Noise is a little bit premium.
But they are all offshoot of the same business model, right?
Yeah, like, same. Ditto. You go to China, you find exactly the same product, nothing different, and that's about it. They're just putting their own logo on the top of it.
So the whole point is they are offshoot of the same business model. So if Noise and Boat can exist, there's always an opportunity for a new brand to come in.
I
feel if you can provide the good, like what Boat is good at is building a brand. So the problem with drop shippers or all this Chinese imported stuff is that nobody wants to invest in building a brand. And it's a very and you know how easy it is to build Boat, right? Like he goes to Shark Tank and talks big. But because we understand this business model so well that we know how easy it is to build. It's just that you need to have patience. You need to have
it is easy to on that part. It is tough on executing it for the long time.
Long term, right? So the point is nobody wants to do it. So but I feel that there can always exist different brands. Because the Indian market is big, right? And we are a value conscious.
And it's still immature, like in terms of it is still booming up.
Yeah. So Indian value conscious है, तो आप अगर Boat का product, same product at a 10% discount दोगे with the same quality and the same customer experience, I think people will switch. Now, what Boat has done really well is they've created aspiration around the brand. So people, when they wear a Boat headphones, they feel good about it, right? So that's something that people
by getting celebrities and endorsements
endorsement, influencer involved. That is what people don't do. But I think that's also a function of funding. So generally क्या होता है, ये e-com business में ना everyone operates like a mom and pop store. क्या होता है, पैसा बन रहा है तो ठीक है. Nobody understands that there is a big equity market which is willing to invest into D2C brands, right? If both can get invested, noise can get invested, why can't you get invested? But generally ये लोगों का mentality होता है कि जब तक पैसा बन रहा है तो ठीक है, पैसा नहीं बन रहा है तो बंद कर देते हैं या स्केल डाउन कर देते हैं. They don't understand that the money is not in the selling of the product. The money is in data. For example, if you have 1.5 million customers, iPhone customers with you buying cases, for example, that's worth in gold. Like you can do a series A, series B, series, and moment you do a series A round, आपको $2-3 million funding मिल जाएगा. Moment you get funded, then you can get celebrities. Then it's only making bigger, right? Then you create custom products, you create your own design. So वो सब थोड़ा in this whole ecosystem that's missing. So like that's what I feel, that it's like a little like
मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, he's a prime example of from dropshipping to brand building. I think he's also working with you right now in your agency. So he's using your services, Sayam, from Ghar Soaps. तो उन लोगों ने शुरू किया था dropshipping प्रोडक्ट से, ना कि मॉडल से. सो बेसिकली जो उन्होंने देखा प्रोडक्ट यूएस में हिट हुआ है और इंडिया में उसकी अगर मार्केट उन्हें दिख रही है, उन लोगों ने वो प्रोडक्ट्स मंगाए. ज्यादा नहीं मंगाए होंगे शुरुआत में, 500 यूनिट्स कुछ मंगवाए, एंड दे स्टार्टेड डूइंग इट. और जब उन्हें एक प्रोडक्ट मार्केट फिट दिखा, उन लोगों ने फिर मास में उसे बाय किया. अब उनकी मार्केटिंग इतनी अच्छी है, दे हैव सो मेनी इन्फ्लुएंसर्स डूइंग दैट, एंड दे हैव देयर ओन प्रोडक्ट की पैकेजिंग इतनी सुंदर बना दी. सो दे आर डूइंग अराउंड, आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, 1 CR अ मंथ राइट नाउ. और आई नो he started in front of me selling those dropshipping products. Now he's selling like real good quality products along with proper branding. So I think dropshipping model, in my opinion, still is a very good model to get into. लेकिन लोग सोचते हैं कि dropshipping एक business है, as in like kind of, yeah, this is how you do e-commerce. So that's something I think वो शायद थोड़ा सा हमें बदलना क्या पड़ेगा, बताना पड़ेगा लोगों को कि नहीं यार, you can get your product market fit doing dropshipping, and then you can
like look at him, right? He was in I think he was in Shark Tank India, talking to people who did dropshipping. Let's just understand.
मतलब मैं actually reaction देख रहा था.
For us it's so funny that कि हमको समझता है, because we understand the model and we understand the judges and what they did. We understand the whole ecosystem, right? Like the fact is that he now has the opportunity to become a judge by doing simple things right? So if you actually focus on it properly and do it properly,
right?
India, look, the world is going under recession. The only place in the world which is growing is India, right? The money will only come to India. Like there'll be like likes of Amazons and like Flipkart, Walmart and all investing money in India, because और जगह invest करेंगे.
उन्हें मालूम है पैसा यहाँ
बनेगा, right? So market opportunity is so big that they don't if drop shippers start moving out of that mentality of saying रोज कितना पैसा बन रहा है, to a mentality of saying let me create a brand and see, right? 5,000 रुपए बना मेरा आज, वो 5,000 रुपए मैं वापस डालता हूँ, वो 5,000. So you need to understand it's basically a cash flow thing that you have to manage, right? Rather than saying 5,000 रुपए का मैं एक घड़ी खरीद लेता हूँ या Mercedes खरीद लेता हूँ. Like generally when I interact with
यार BMW तो चाहिए ना, देखिए पैसा 1 करोड़ बनाया, BMW तो खड़ी करनी है. फिर 19 मैं वीडियो कैसे बनाऊंगा, how I bought a BMW at 19 years old.
वो problem,
multi-millionaire 19.
Yeah. So that's the problem, right? Like this business of making money online, you make money so easily that you spend it also so easily, rather than saying okay पैसा आया है वापस डालता हूँ, बड़ा बनाता हूँ, and then maybe I'll go to an investor who will who will give me a 6x multiple of my revenue.
It really
And then-
hurts actually ना, वो बिजनेस में अगर मैं बोलूं मेरे को 5 स्टाफ मेंबर खरीदने हैं जो मेरे बिजनेस को आगे बूम करेंगे, मैं बोलूंगा यार 5 के बदले मैं जरा यूरोप की ट्रिप मार के आता हूँ, घूम के आ रहा हूँ, वो मेरे लिए बढ़िया है.
So that's the issue. अभी क्या कर सकते हैं, वही है यार. अभी
I
think the
have
side
seen
peak-
these guys. It's so damn easy, especially जो youngsters होते हैं ना 20 या 20-21 साल के, उन लोगों ने जैसे ही बनाए थोड़े से पैसे, तो ऑब्वियसली ठीक है, शुरुआत में अगर इफ यू आर लिविंग अ वेरी 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 फ्रूगल लाइफस्टाइल, थोड़ा सा अपग्रेड करना इट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन है ना, हैविंग अ नाइस हाउस और हैविंग सम नाइस क्लोथिंग, और दैट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. बट उसके बाद क्या होता है कि दे स्टार्टेड बिकमिंग, भाई हमने लाइफ सॉल्व कर ली है, now we have escaped the matrix and then they started flashing
वही है
और
ना,
बड़ी बड़ी बातें बोलना शुरू, no substance to the real thing. And eventually but आज this is how it is, like सारे 19 साल के लड़के फिर just start following that guy and he becomes or she becomes a guru. मतलब लड़कियां तो कम ही है इस लाइन में, लेकिन लड़के सब गुरु बन जाते हैं उसके बाद.
वही, I think I know who you are referring to, people from Chandigarh and all.
People are not just from Chandigarh, no offense to Chandigarh because my family is in Chandigarh, but the thing is I've seen people from Delhi, even Bangalore. I'm referring to a couple of guys in Bangalore. So
Oh, is it?
yeah, so they and the thing is, see, मेरे ख्याल से हम इस समय ऐसी जनता में जी रहे हैं YouTube पे, अगर मेरे पास आज के दिन मैं फ्लैश करूं अपने नंबर्स डेली बेसिस पे और मैं थोड़ा कॉन्टेरियन ओपिनियन लेके आ जाऊं कि अरे यार तुम बेवकूफ हो, 1 करोड़ बनाते ऐसे हैं, और मैं पूरे दिन मजे करता हूं, 2 घंटे काम करता हूं और उसके बाद मैं अपनी BMW पे घूमता हूं, people will follow me. This is human behavior, right? As we were talking about, people want easy stuff है, और they want to flourish their, like they want to show off their lifestyle. लेकिन जब बिजनेस की बात होती है, मुझे मालूम है माय नंबर 1 थिंग राइट नाउ आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन, मैं अपनी एओवी कैसे इंक्रीज कर सकता हूँ, हाउ कैन आई इंक्रीज माय एओवी, हाउ कैन आई एक्चुअली deliver my product so that people start buying again from me. How I can spend more on email marketing to get 15 to 20% retention from there. And or regarding like buying a bike, super bike or buying a BMW, मैं बोला भाई वो तो डिस्ट्रैक्शन, वहां तो टाइम स्पेंड करना पड़ जाएगा, वो भी बाय करेंगे बाद में, बट अभी कम से कम एक सस्टेनेबल बिजनेस बनाना, चाहे वो 15% बनाए महीने का, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, सस्टेनेबल होना चाहिए.
सस्टेनेबल वही तो है ना प्रॉब्लम कि पीपल डोंट वांट टू, so that's the problem with easy money, right? Easy money comes, it comes quickly to you, it leaves quickly to you, right?
Very
like that's
quickly.
how nature it is, right? So the whole idea is nobody wants to build businesses, nobody wants to, like, not nobody, there are people who do it, and Boat and Noise and Lenskart are great examples where they've invested that money, put that money, they were smarter because they were also they also were born in like an environment where they knew all this. The challenge with all these drop shippers are, as you said, is that they interact with people like this. So their network itself is of that.
Yes,
kind
exactly.
Of
that's one of the biggest problem.
so their network itself is like that kind of thinking, right? They will never have moved out into like, for example, an Aman Verma to, or for example, like anyone like Anurag that we work with, right? The difference is the network. The difference is the network. This guy is also doing 50 crores of business, and only doing iPhone business. He can scale up. He can easily do 1,000 crore business. Like
आज वो अगर अपने आप को उस नेटवर्क में बिठाना शुरू कर दे
तो ऑटोमेटिकली 1,000 करोड़ होगा ना. एंड्रॉइड चालू कर दो, आईफोन इज लाइक अ लिमिटेड मार्केट, एंड्रॉइड चालू कर दो, एंड देन वंस यू चेंज योर नेटवर्क, मनी इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट? मनी फेंकने वाले तो बहुत पड़े हैं. तो देयर आर एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स, देयर आर सीरीज ए इन्वेस्टर्स, सीरीज बी इन्वेस्टर्स, देयर आर सो मेनी इन्वेस्टर्स. सो दैट्स हाउ इट इज. मतलब वही है थोड़ा, like
it's a journey, and it's kind of a tapasya.
Yeah, it's a journey. And also I think small town लोगों को थोड़ा disadvantage है. Big cities में लोग are more aware, they know what's happening, then they know what's going on. So that's how at least I see it. But I hope people like Anurag or people like Sayam, who you refer to, they get funded and they get invested, so that they become role model for all these people, right? And then the business then pivots from just making money online quickly to making a brand, and then the ecosystem will also flourish. That's what I
because
hope.
the most amount of money you make when you actually exit a business.
Yeah, exit a business. So people think that's the point, right? We always think that जो आ रहा है वो पैसा है. आपका पैसा वो नहीं है. आपका पैसा जो shares है ना, shares जो आप बेचोगे,
जो वैल्यू क्रिएट कर रहे हो आप,
वो वैल्यू क्रिएट कर रहे हो, उसमें पैसा है. When you exit, the value is not in like phone cases that you are selling. Value is in that consumer who believes that your business is genuine. That means when your business is genuine, your shares are genuine, right? Like the whole point is ultimately, even if you look at the investment bankers, they invest in a company so that eventually the company goes IPO and consumers buy the shares, right? That means eventually everything is linked to the consumer.
Right.
For example, let's look at Boat, right? Consumers trust Boat. I don't know how many of them trust it because I see a lot of comments on their pages, but let's assume that 90% of the consumers trust them. They are now, I think, they are in like whatever Series X funding or whatever it is.
I think they are going public, or they are at a valuation of more than $1 billion, I guess.
Yeah. So the point is, there are investors who have come and invested money at 10x multiple, 20x multiple, 5x multiple. Now, those investors will exit when the company does IPO, right? Yeah. So what is an IPO? IPO is basically the same consumers that you've sold the product to is now buying your shares. Or like you understand, it's a peripheral, like same consumers or consumers who've heard about you, right? Like today, Zomato ka shares aap kharidoge, though it's a loss-making share right now, because you've interacted with the brand, right? Like, or you've heard something. So the whole idea is eventually.
But I believe a little bit different. For Zomato, I believe either Zomato or Swiggy, they're going to be one player left in the market. And because obviously I use Zomato almost every single day. Blinkit ka concept, I use it every single day. I pay for it. Even अगर वो चार्ज भी थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा लगाते हैं, I pay for it because that's the value they are providing to me. कि जल्दी आ गया सामान, घर पे आ गया सामान, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm just adding that point. Nothing else.
So basically, look, Zomato, Swiggy are loss-making business, but the beauty of drop shipping is it's always profitable. Right. So when someone like Aman Verma comes and says that मैं तो हमेशा profitable था, you and I know how it's done, right? Like, so it's always profitable. That's why you can scale. The problem is, what will you do of the profits is the next question.
Right.
Either will you buy a BMW car or you'll invest back in the business. Because if you invest back in the business, you will see a Aman Verma buying like the most expensive house in Delhi, or like not immediately, but 10 years. Right, so it's also about like investing time and making sure that happens. So वही है और कुछ नहीं है.
People judge. Actually, the thing is, it's totally depends upon the network or the people you are surrounded. Totally all the time, because बातें ही उस हिसाब से होती हैं. अगर आप उस ग्रुप में जाओगे, लोग पूछेंगे भाई कितने स्टोर्स चला रहे हो, कितनी वेबसाइट चला रहे हो, और ना अब मुझे वो चीज नहीं मतलब आई फील रियली sad at the same time, मुझे हंसी भी आती है. मतलब मल्टीपल वेबसाइट चलाना कोई इट्स नॉट अ फ्लैश वर्दी थिंग कि आप उसको बोलो अरे खुशी भाई एक चला रहे हो, वर्थवाइल है चलाना. आर यू वर्किंग ऑन इट एंड लाइक आर यू ग्रोइंग इट एवरी सिंगल मंथ? But it's all about, which car are you driving? I say I drive a Baleno. That's it. And it's a fine car.
Yeah. So this network is like that. So I guess let's see. I think if there are people like, as I said, there are two success. Siam is a good success story. People are talking about it in this circle, right?
Yeah.
I think Shark Tank में जो हुआ, it's a people are like.
मतलब मैं अभी जब भी मेरी बात होती है Siam से we connect because we are very good like connected with each other, and we work on couple of things together. So and he was like, bro, matlab he got some really good insights from Aman, you know, और अमन ने उसको जब बताया and he conned like उसने बोला कि मेरा दिमाग खुल गया कि अच्छा मुझे किस डायरेक्शन में सोच रहे हैं अब 10 करोड़ तक 12 करोड़ तक मैं ले गया अपने आप से 100 करोड़ कैसे लेके जाना है उसने उसको बताया and it's a very simple thing but at the same time what you don't know and you don't have a seal of approval or like someone who is actually telling you जिसने 1000-1500 करोड़ की ब्रांड बनाई है वो तुम्हें बता रहा है भाई 100 करोड़ तक पहुंचने का तरीका ये है now you know अच्छा इस चीज पे फोकस करूंगा तो मैं 100 करोड़ तक पहुंच सकता हूँ लेकिन अब जो ड्रॉपशिपर्स या हम जो शॉर्ट टर्म बंदों की बात कर रहे हैं वो सब यही सोच रहे हैं कि चलो आज 1 करोड़ बना है उसमें से 1 करोड़ में से कितना प्रॉफिट आ गया तो नथिंग अगेंस्ट एनी ड्रॉपशिपर आई वाज अ ड्रॉपशिपर आई स्टिल यूज
I think profit is good. Profit is good. Look, the point is you should never work on a loss making business.
Yeah, bootstrap obviously.
Yeah, then then the product market fit is not there. Let's just understand that profitability is important. It's the most important thing that you should chase. Look, Zomato, Swiggy are both loss-making companies. You saw what happened to Zomato in the stock market, right? It just keeps tanking. And eventually monies will run out. Like if you look at Dunzo has now started firing people, right? So the profit
and
is
they
important.
became very like they started in 2020, I guess उस समय उन्होंने शुरू किया था.
Yeah. So the whole point is profit is important. What you do of that profit is the most important thing.
Important thing.
Like money makes money. So you need to understand. Money is just an asset that you have that will make you more money, right? If you look at all the rich people in the world, what have they done? Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, they've let money make money. So eventually you can only retire when your money is making money for you. So the whole point is a car is a liability, not an asset. So when you invest in a car, you are investing in a liability, not an asset. So when you take that money, you should always invest in an asset rather than a liability. एक घर खरीद लिया जो आपको रेंट देता है, that's your money is now making money. I'm just giving you a simple example, right? Like कल को आपने एक बैग ब्रांड चालू कर दिया, now आपको 1 लाख रुपए आया, you tested 100 product, you made 1 lakh rupees. Now, will you go and spend that 1 lakh rupees in something, or will you, with that 1 lakh rupees, try to create a brand, try to create better packaging, try to create great customer support?
Yeah.
And think of it that today my ROAS, because of all this is 5, all this if I improve on, my return on advertising spend will go up to 8. So the next time you make 5 lakh rupees. And then 5 lakh rupees becomes 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakhs. But the whole idea is that like you keep investing in your business so that it becomes profitable. It becomes like it, you just keep improving it, right? Like make sure that the business is covered from all angles. Like return rates kam hona, ye kam hona, and it's all a function of how your service is, right? So,
true.
वही है और कुछ नहीं.
It's actually true because मुझे मालूम है अभी हम so I have a brand in US and you know so I have this simple rule: if the customer is not happy, do whatever you can to make him happy. Either give him another product for free, give him the same product again, maybe just give him 2 products, do whatever it takes to make him happy, because I know for sure अगर मैं 10 में से 2 लोगों को भी खुश कर पाता हूं, वो मेरे पास 3, 4, 5 साल तक दोबारा शॉपिंग करने आएंगे मेरी वेबसाइट से. एंड दैट्स व्हाट एक्चुअली आई एम बिल्डिंग अप द इक्विटी ऑन दोज हाई रिपीट बायर कस्टमर्स. और अगर मेरे पास वो सिर्फ 1000 कस्टमर्स भी अगर मेरे पास हैं जो हर महीने मुझसे बाय कर रहे हैं, नाउ आई हैव अ ब्रांड टू रिलाई ऑन कि ठीक है यार, इट्स नॉट टोटली ऑन कि चलो आज फेसबुक से ही आएगी सेल, मेरे एसएमएस से भी आ जाएगी सेल, मेरी ईमेल से भी आ जाएगी सेल. इन लोगों को मैंने बहुत अच्छे मैसेजेस कर रखे हैं, इनके साथ एक बॉन्ड कनेक्ट कर रखा है. दे नो ओके हाउ टू लाइक दे कैन एक्चुअली ट्रस्ट मी कि मैं नेक्स्ट प्रोडक्ट दूंगा तो अगर हमें पसंद आएगा तो ये हम रख लेंगे, अगर नहीं पसंद आया तो ये ब्रांड है देखने के लिए. जस्ट लाइक Amazon, if you don't like for a lot of products, if you don't like it, you just return it and they just give you the refund. That's about it. And that's the reason we keep on buying it on Amazon. Like I keep on buying on Amazon rather than I buy on Flipkart because I know वहाँ मुझे customer support पूरा मिलने वाला है.
So yeah, I think what you said is what we call in this business is lifetime value of a consumer.
Yeah.
So LTV, right? The whole valuation business is based on this lifetime value of a consumer.
Right.
So the ecosystem, whether you look at Facebook, whether you look at Google, everything is valuated based on LTV, lifetime value. Because a consumer who comes on Facebook will not click on one ad, he'll click on 500 ads in a span of 3 months.
Right.
The money eventually gets recovered, right? Like आपको आज free servers दे रहे, free space दे रहे. So the whole point is to get your LTV high, make sure the consumers stick around, make sure your returning customers are a lot, that they're happy with your brand. So I think if those are hitting the right boxes,
right,
then I guess you can aim for the moon. You can become the next Aman Verma, you can become the next lens card guy, you can become whatever the beauty brand, you can become, and honestly, we know how easy it is to set up that business. And look, setting up a business is easy. Scaling up that business is difficult, right? So, set up करना easy है, फिर scale करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. But अगर आपके पास लग रहा है कि product market fit है, तो I think you should invest in scaling that business.
Right, right. अच्छा, तो अभी आज के समय अगर हम बोले मेटा या फेसबुक 2023 में अगर किसी को यूज करना है, what's your opinion on that? Is it still, like, I have my own answer, but I want to ask you, is it still one of the best ad platform out there?
So for a brand, it's the best discovery platform. Let's just understand, for a startup brand or a brand which is just like coming up, is a best platform. YouTube is now moving towards discovery. So if you look at YouTube, they have started discovery ads. They started feed ads, right? They're trying to take that business. But I don't know whether it's as effective as Facebook, because if it was as effective as Facebook, people should have started using it. So I think YouTube is also getting stronger in discovery. I think there are newer age platforms like Mod, ShareChat, and all, which no one has explored. Maybe because the consumers are not that premium. So those are the platforms you should explore. Also, what happens is people just get stuck with a platform, right? Like, for example, हमारे पास ये Fortune 500 companies hai, or whatever it is, like a big gaming brand. What happens is they use Facebook and all to do conversion, but now we do phone pay, Paytm to buy on CPM, but then look at the lower funnel metric. So basically, for you to get valuated, you have to be everywhere, right? The more you see the brand, the more you remember the brand. एक ही platform may not be the answer, right? Like, but I think the problem is that nobody wants to invest money in something that they haven't tried. So it's always like it's like a chicken and egg solution, right? It's a chicken egg situation. Like, try करना है, पैसा डालूं नहीं डालूं, खुद का पैसा है नहीं डालूंगा, इन्वेस्टर का है तो डाल देता हूँ. So वही है. So I think there are other platforms like PhonePe really works for some of our clients. Paytm really works. There are ShareChat really works. These are for clients which have deep pockets. They have the appetite to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we start, like, for example, like अभी एक गेमिंग ब्रांड है, राइट? क्रिकेट फैंटेसी ब्रांड है. वो क्या करता है, हमको बोलता है 25,000 रुपए पर प्लेटफॉर्म टेस्ट के लिए. So what we do is we test each platform for 25,000 rupees and only scale those platforms which give us a CPA that is the target.
So basically, वो 25,000 is just going for testing purposes. Keep on testing new avenues, and वहाँ से हमें कोई भी सही मिल गया तो हम will scale it.
Scale करेंगे. So वही है. So I think ये business में वो exist नहीं करता है. I think eventually the model that you should follow is that it can, like, you should for you to be a brand, you should be everywhere, right?
Cool.
So we I think test and learn. That's what I say.
Okay. अच्छा, तो अगर कुछ फेसबुक मार्केटर्स को या कुछ ब्रांड ओनर्स को जिनको अभी हेल्प चाहिए, जिनके एड अकाउंट्स में इश्यूज आ रहे हैं और उनको एड अकाउंट चाहिए, एजेंसी सर्विसेज चाहिए, तो are you guys taking new clients for the
Yeah.
okay.
So we are taking new clients. The only thing is that we have filtration in process. There are minimum budgets that we work with, but we are always happy to when we start. Look, you need to understand that 80% of our business comes from market outside of India.
Acha.
So for us, Indian consumers are not very important. But the whole idea of why we want Indian consumer ecosystem to flourish is because it will just make the business more stronger. It will also make people like everyone flourish, right? Like as an agency, you are also an enabler to these people.
Yeah.
So when we work with the Indian people, we don't work for the money per se. We want them to flourish and make sure that the business grows. I think if they can value that and they can work with us and not like be like a typical Indian client who starts shouting and like start doing scammy stuff. So वो सब नहीं करेंगे तो then I think we are more than happy to work with anyone. Anyone who thinks can build a brand. At least when he becomes $1 billion brand, he'll remember Blink.
Yeah.
So like that's the idea. We are not saying no to anyone.
I will add the instructions and the description में डाल दूंगा सारी की सारी information how to work with Blink. But before I say anything else, because I have my own experience working with Blink and those who are actually listening, so I have referred a lot of people to Blink and मैंने अगर किसी भी कंपनी को कभी कोई रेफर करता हूँ तो I always see कि उनके processes and systems कैसे हैं. I know for sure because I have seen it for almost 3-4 महीने से. You guys have great systems in place. You have Excel sheets there. You have like proper, managers who can deal with everything. तो हर चीज के लिए एक system है, process, and you have WhatsApp groups. So I really like that approach. तो हर चीज trackable है, हर चीज systematic है. So those guys who are actually really looking forward कि हमें D2C brand बनानी है, या even कोई लोग अभी just beginning कर रहे हैं but they are serious about it. So you guys actually can go ahead with Blink and मैं description में phone number.
Thanks for the recommendation. We are also right now to be very honest, we are also facing a bandwidth crunch because we have some 500 clients like you guys. So we are also scaling, but I think that's a good problem to have. So eventually we'll solve all that and onboard. I really want to make sure some Indian brands come to us and scale, and I can contribute to the ecosystem. I hope some of you guys can become as big as Boat or a Noise or whatever, right? Or
Mama,
Lens, Mama, right? It's सब same ही है. Like it's so funny that I know where Mama Earth production happens.
Yeah, exactly. If you just see there, तो अगली बार Mama Earth अगर जो भी marketing move है, they have a great marketing move. So they have a great marketing move. Simple as that. And if you go to their like कोई भी product उठाना, पीछे manufacture पढ़ना, हिमाचल प्रदेश बद्दी के ज़्यादातर बने हुए products होंगे, and a couple of other manufacturers as well. So they are not a manufacturing cosmetic brand. They are a very good market. Like in my opinion, they are a very good marketing company, very well positioned, and they are doing great.
So basically, so also we work with a lot of these traditional clients. They say Unilever, and they keep coming to us and asking. Now तो इतना नहीं है, पहले बहुत होता था. Does digital work? And I feel like मैं ये बच्चे लोग को इन लोग के साथ मिलाता हूँ, CMO को, and then they'll realize how big is digital. Like you
I think 2015-16 में तो they were not, मैं US brands की बात बोल रहा हूँ, that time they were not even thinking about अरे कौन, मतलब हमारी brand तो बिल्कुल Facebook पे जाती ही नहीं है, like our customers are not there. And now हुआ क्या कि they are spending millions and millions of dollars every single month, और जो छोटे एडवर्टाइजर्स थे हमारे लिए CPMs महंगे हो गए just because those big brands came in.
No, I think big brands are still nascent. Like Unilever देख लो, GSK देख लो, they still believe in TV, which is strange because if you look at Unilever, right? Unilever's competition is Mamaearth. Now,
Yeah.
I and you know what they've done. They've literally sold products on digital. Facebook, I think most of the money would have gone on Facebook, I assume.
Yeah.
Like, and they built a brand, and now Mamaearth is competing with Unilever products. So when a brand like Unilever, look, उधर भी issues क्या होता है कि they work with very older agencies who don't understand digital.
Right.
So the willingness to change is not there. So
न्यू एज ब्रांड्स का फायदा यही है कि दे कैन पिवट वेरी वेरी
quickly, right?
They can launch their product within a week, within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
और वहां पे प्रॉपर इट्स गोना टेक लाइक एक पूरा लाइफ साइकिल लग जाएगा उसको बनने के लिए एटसेट्रा. सो आई थिंक ये तो हमेशा चलता रहेगा. True. But yeah, thank you so much, Ricky. I'm just gonna keep it short this time. हमारे पास और भी कोई questions होंगे तो जिन लोगों के भी जो भी questions है please drop it down below. बाकी मैं information दे दूंगा description में where you can actually connect with Blink and you can get all the solutions related to Facebook ad account bans, DMs, etc. Get new ad accounts, all those good stuff. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Perfect.